Welcome back. You're tuned into Bazaar Morning Call and hope you're having a good morning. Well, let's focus on one theme that's been running away. That's the railway counters. Well, they have witnessed a sharp uptake in the last 1 month, but the stocks are somehow still, way off their 52-week highs. Harshit Kapadia, the Vice President of Elara, joins us on the show. Hi, Harshit. That's the big question, right? Is the train running too fast? Is it skipping a couple of stations? If you could tell us, what are you making of this big bazooka rally? And what's your top pick? Where is there still value in this railway theme?
Morning, everyone. Yes, the train is running. The speed has already increased, is what we see. We are moving from a 40 km/h speed to 75 km/h speed. So that's been a big change which is happening. We think this team is still left here. The stocks which I would recommend is Rites Limited, RVNL, Titagarh Rail. These are some stocks that you need to keep a watch out for. And over a longer term, Siemens India, given that mobility is going to be a mainstream for that particular company.
But Harshit, by the way, that's quite fascinating. When we were just saying in jest if the train is moving too fast, but we've got the stats there on how the average speeds have increased. So that's quite something. But the question is that the rally that we've seen last 2-3 weeks, this interest that's come back, there is no fundamental news flow in terms of additional order announcements or anything like that. So do you think it's just mere sentiment? If you could go into some of the other key fundamental triggers, which is making you optimistic on the stocks that you mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely right. If you look at the budget was almost flattish. Even the components of the entire rail budget, everything was very similar. So there was no big momentum shift which was happening. But what we have seen from the commentaries of some of the companies, on the component side, as more trains which are under trial or under prototype development are giving orders on the component side. So we are seeing orders moving from that side. So we have companies like ABB, CG Power. They're getting orders on traction related components which is required. Amber Enterprises, which is manufacturing ACs for these kind of trains. We're expecting the first ever launch of a Vande Bharat sleeper train by BEML probably in Q2. And many such trains like Amrit Bharat, which is a non-AC train, which also looking to be launched this financial year by the ICF. So more such projects are in anvil, and as more launches happen, we will see more orders happening, but probably may happen somewhere in FY20 side, which is.
All right, so the trend is virtually unchanged apart from the stock price move itself. Harshit, if you could, given the sort of move that we've seen in all these stocks over the last 1 month, tell us about your top picks, where there is still maximum potential, and also tell us where there is still some risk, which of these stocks have run ahead of their times.
So on the railway side, my top picks are Rites Limited. We also like RVNL as a house. We like Titagarh Rail. So these are some top picks that we would suggest. Something which has, I'm not sure, which has run up ahead of time because already some of them were not have touched the 52 weeks high. So there is still a steam left. Like we also like BEML. Still there is a steam left, though rail and metro is only a 30% of the revenue, but that's the fastest growing segment. And on a long-term basis, Siemens is what we would prefer.
And why is that? Because Siemens, obviously, railways is one part of the business. Siemens, is present in several other aspects. So can you just elaborate on that call? Sure. Why would Siemens be one of your railway plays?
So if you look at mobility segment, it's right now close to around 15% of its revenue, and we see earlier Siemens was only component manufacturing and rail signaling system in India. But if you look at last 1.5 years, they also are going to manufacture an entire metro coach in India for the global market. So that's where the change is happening. They already got orders on locomotive side. Furthermore, tenders are expected to come for that particular locos as well, because our DFCs now, on the last leg of operational. So once things work out, more locos orders are expected, and Siemens is geared up for that. And then they also incurring capex to, increase their presence on the railway and metro side.
And the others that you mentioned are Texmaco.
Titagarh is what I mentioned, but yes.
Rites,
Titagarh.
RVNL and Titagarh are the stocks you believe there is still value from here on, if we got that correct.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, just a brief explanation, maybe a quick line on each. What makes you comfortable with them?
So one is the order book is, if you look at for RVNL, has been very strong. It's just that execution was a little bit weaker side, but we expect that to pick up from this year itself. And more orders are expected to, flow in as the construction activities pick up on the railway side. So that's where we are positive. On Titagarh, that's only, railway company was into all legs of from wagons to metro coach to manufacturing of Vande Bharat. So it's a diversified portfolio. They are right now on the prototype development. Once that is done, we expect more orders to come in for both Vande Bharat as well as for wagons. So that gives us a positive outlook on Titagarh.
Just a final question, Harshit. Typically, what is the kind of multiple that you would ascribe to these companies? Because peak multiples were closer to 28 to 30 times. Right now, the stocks after correcting and now recovering are somewhere around 18 to 21. What do you think is a fair value?
So I think the fair value is somewhere between 25 to 30 times is where I would, want to give these stocks. Given the growth momentum is there, we know the railway capex can increase to 3 lakh crore plus. Given, the bandwidth is there, you have opportunities. So it's just a matter of time by when we'll be able to reach that number. But that's what gives us a positivity.
Okay. All right. Harshit got that. Good conversation. Thank you very much for joining in.
Just one more thing, Harshit. What was that speed you mentioned so we can track that as well? What it used to run
70
at?
something now.
85 kilometer per hour.
We missed that, sorry.
75 kilometer per hour.
And earlier it was at what speed?
It was around 40-45 kilometers per hour.
Great. All right. Trains are running faster. Stocks are running even faster.
Average speeds are going up. All right, Harshit. Thank you so much. Good conversation. Appreciate all the perspective that we've got with you today.